So a few months back I bought a Meinl Cajon, and I really like it. I like Cajons quite a bit. They can add quite a bit to your music. And then I bought a foot pedal assembly so that I could sit on it and play, play it with my foot. And Meinl makes two different foot pedals. They make a $125 one and they make a $250 one. Well, I bought the $125 one and hoped it would last. But here we are just a couple months after I purchased it and not really used it that much, and it broke. The problem is this piece right here, which is welded onto this piece, broke off. Now this piece right here goes underneath the cajon, and then this piece is welded to it, and it sits on this plate over here, theoretically, and being welded to this. And then you tighten this deal down here, and that supposedly secures it enough that this assembly is going to stay in place so your pedal will work. In reality, it tends to wiggle free. And also, so I discovered a couple things when it broke off there. For one thing, it's got some pathetic little spot welds on it. I mean, who would expect those to hold? Seriously. And the other thing is it wasn't measured correctly, because if you look at it, it's supposed to sit on this plate right here. So that lip is supposed to sit on this plate, and so the bottom of the lip should be the same height as this, and that way this whole thing can rest on the floor. But that's not the case. The top of the lip is actually what was lined up with the top of this plate, and so therefore this thing was always a little bit off of the floor. And then, of course, I go sitting on it, and I weigh quite a bit, and it just couldn't stand the strain. Now, I've been thinking about, I thought about turning it in and seeing if they would send me another, and I think they probably will. But I'm afraid the other one will have this exact same problem. So I have a friend who has a welding set, and I'm going to see if he will weld it for me, and weld it at the correct height, and maybe put a really good bead on there that will last. So I gave this bar to my friend Chris, and he took and put a weld along the top, and then put a nice smooth small weld along the bottom there, and he raised the height up so that now it should align better. And you take it, sit it here, and slide it right in place, and then tighten it down. And this piece and this piece are both resting on the floor comfortably. And so there should be less stress, and I think that bar is on there, that little lip is on there now strong enough. It's not likely to pop off again. And now it's mounted on the cajon from end back. And now it'll work. Doesn't really sit exactly square. This is closer on this side. This side wants to work its way back around, and I really can't get it to clamp down to where it doesn't do that. I don't know if there's some secret to it. At the moment it slid over a little bit, and it's staying there. So it is functional, but I would not say that's German engineering at its finest, really.